Hi, welcome to Cool Toys. Look, today I bring you a spooky video. It's about a Halloween pumpkin, and also, look what I have here, a pumpkin scarecrow. Let's turn it on to see what it does. Wow, it moves by itself. Friends, how scary. Help. Welcome to a new horror video. Friends, don't forget to give this video a super like, and we invite you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any terrifying videos. Wahahaha. Halloween night is one of the scariest nights of the whole year. It is celebrated on October 31st. On that day, the living dead return to Earth, as well as ghosts and evil witches. Also, on that day, all the boys and girls can dress up in scary costumes. I really love dressing up as a witch and as a ghost. Also, in many houses, we can find decorations with pumpkins. Look, here we see one, and it even has a mouth that looks really scary. Inside, they can put a small light or lantern so it can be lit up. Look, here we have it all finished, and we're going to remove all the modeling clay. Because inside that egg, we have a bunch of surprises. I hope there are some scary ones. Everything out, friends, and over here, the pumpkin's green stem. And now we've finally reached the last layer, which is blue. Wow, friends! We have a bunch of surprises in this egg, and right now, I'm already seeing some scary things. Oops, this eye has fallen out. Look, let's take out this skull. How scary, friends. We can see the sockets of its eyes, its nose, and its jaw is all there. Apparently, this skull hasn't lost any teeth. Here we can also see a scar, a small piece of broken bone. Welcome to Halloween, friends, the scariest night of the year. And look, this skull is pretty hollow. I love it. Plus, it has this little hole so we can hang it wherever we want as a decoration. And let's take out another surprise. We have a big animal, luminous animals envelope. It says that inside we have an insect that glows in the dark. I would like to see it. I wish I got a scorpion, because it's really scary. Let's see. And we got a tarantula. Look, it also comes with a little string so you can hang it. Voila, it's transparent because now we'll see how it glows in the dark. As you can see, it's pretty big and it has all its little legs on each side. Look. Here are the instructions. We have to take this little stick and break it in half, then shake it and put it inside our spider. Well then, let's check if it works. We break it, shake it, and put it inside. Let's see. Over here, from the back, yee-poo perfect. So let's see if it works. Yes, friends, it lights up a lot in orange. Let's shake it so it lights up even more. Here we have a radioactive spider that glows in the dark. Look, it even seems like it's emitting light. Yee-poo, yee-poo, I love it. This is Halloween, Halloween. Shh, let's leave the tarantula next to her mother and continue with another little surprise. Look, here we have a Halloween pumpkin. It looks like it's a squishy. Look, how cool. It's super strange because it's a pumpkin dressed up as Dracula, with Dracula's cape in black. And you already know that squishies are very relaxing. We can squish it as many times as we want, and it always goes back to its original shape. Friends, also, I love it. It smells like candy, like strawberry candy. It smells... Super cool. I could spend hours squishing it. Little friends, I hope you've already thought about your Halloween costume. It has to be really scary. Ha 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 ha. Let's put this pumpkin next to the skull and open another little surprise. Look, here we have a huge envelope. It says it's called the Savanna Dominators. Let's see. We have the surprise envelope and a book with information and activities. Here we can learn a lot of things about forest animals, savanna animals, and African animals. Look, over here we see an elephant, several zebras, a lion, and it gives us information about all of them. Look, here we have a lioness with her cubs. She's always taking care of them. I love it, but let's see the one we got. Look, on the back we can see all the ones there are to collect. There are some that have special effects, for example, the hippopotamus. Also, this one says it changes color and glows in the dark. Let's see the one we have. Let's see. Let's see. Over here I see a tail. A crocodile. An African crocodile also comes with its identification card.
Otro animalito blandito.
Look, inside it's full of little foam balls. We can also stretch it. You know, crocodiles are super dangerous. It has a huge long jaw and also some sharp teeth. We can also see all the detail of its scales. We have to be very careful when we go into a river. There could be a crocodile hiding. Look, let's check out the information about it. It gives us information in several languages and tells us its attack, defense, and intelligence as characteristics. It says that the crocodile doesn't chew, it swallows large chunks of meat, and here we have a photograph of it, in real life. It really scares me. I hope I never run into one of them. This tooth is way too sharp. Next little surprise. Over here I see something for Halloween. Let's see. Look, how cool. These are temporary tattoos that we can put wherever we want, especially on parts of our body. We have a tombstone, a balloon, an eye, also a witch, the clown from It, a ghost. How cool, friends. Let's open it up and I'll put one on my hand. Let's go. To be able to put it on, we need to read the instructions. Let's cut out the one we're going to use. And I think I'm going to put on this little witch, which I really liked. First, we have to cut it out very carefully so we don't ruin the rest of the tattoos. Oops, this tomb is also very, very scary. Once we have them all stuck on, we need to moisten them with water. Here I have the container, and I'm going to wet them all. They need to be really soaked. I think this will be enough. Let's remove it to see if we have our tattoo. Voila! The perfect ghost. Let's see the witch. The witch is perfect too. The secret potion and the coffin. I love it. These temporary tattoos are perfect for dressing up on Halloween. Super scary. We're still opening surprises here. We have a surprise ball. And look, it seems like we have a super squishy insect or bug. As you can see, it's black, but I have no idea what it is. Let's see. Wow, this one is super sticky. What is this, guys? Let's see. Let's take it out. It looks like some kind of lizard, but it's really stuck. Let's stretch its tail, its little legs, and its head. Look, what a strange creature, guys. It's like some kind of lizard or salamander, but it's super slimy. As you can see, it sticks a lot. Look, wow! We can also stretch it a lot. Let's see. Ooh, ha ha ha. The head is like a snake's, and if you look closely, you can see its teeth. They look pretty sharp. Here, we have a pack of the super thin kazoo kid. Inside, we have a vehicle and a super thin to collect. We could get a superhero or a villain. Let's see. And we've got a superhero. Look, it's a caramelized apple. And these are their new vehicles, look. How cool, as always, with all the details. It also has 2 propulsion engines. And over here, the detail of 2 wrapped candies. Let's put our caramelized apple on. Yum, yum. On Halloween, you always have to eat a lot of sweets. Hehehe. We only have 2 little surprises left. Let's see what we have here. It's a bouncy eye, a walking eye. Maybe it's the eye that this skull lost. A piercing blue eye, full of red veins. Look, we can wind it up so it walks by itself. By itself. Let's see what it does. Whoa! Wow, a crazy eye. Also, friends, it glows in the dark. Very super cool. If we want it to jump more, we just have to wind it up. And over here, we see the tarantula and our bouncy eye. Be very careful with what you do. I'm watching you. And now, friends, we have the last little surprise left, and it looks like we have something super sweet. Look, its name is Mallow, friends, and it's an edible squishy, which means it's actually a candy. Oops. I'm looking forward to trying it, although it might have too much sugar. Look, we got a little piece of chocolate cake. And look, as you can see, it's super soft, like a real squishy. Plus, it goes back to its shape, but actually, it's a candy. You know that on Halloween, you can't miss out on sugar. And let's see, it comes with little eyes, eyebrows, a mouth, and the squishy cake is completely covered in sugar. Wow, that's too much sugar for me, guys. Let me cut a little piece to try it, and I'll tell you how it tastes. It smells really good. Guys, it's actually really tasty. It's like a cloud of sugar, but you have to be very careful with your sugar intake. Guys, you should only eat a few candies. I'm going to have one more piece. It's delicious. Here we have a little eye that's also made of sugar, all edible, and we're done. Guys, here we have all the spooky surprises that came out of today's egg. I really loved, for example, the temporary tattoos, the skull, and also this pumpkin squishy. And don't forget, guys, if you like this video, you can help me by giving me a super like, a thumbs up, and I invite you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. Happy Halloween!